Hey guys, on today's video, I bought a 2004 BMW Z4 convertible with the Sport Package 3.0 engine, 6-speed, with 100,000 miles. We're going to talk about the pros and cons, my overall impressions, and we're going to take it to my friend Dave at European Auto Solutions in Hudson, New Hampshire, as we need a few things done to the car. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike the Baldadonis, and I buy and sell cars as a hobby, and I bring you guys along with me, showing you the pros and cons of each vehicle I buy. I live in the Boston area. I live exactly 30 miles north of Boston. I bought 5 cars in the middle of January. When I bought this BMW, it was the first of the 5 cars. And I brought it to my friend Dave. He owns European Auto Solutions, so we took a look at it. We put it up on the lift, checked it all out, and noticed that it needed a valve cover gasket. Not a big deal. Brought it home, stuffed it in the garage, do my other car videos, but it just snowed and snowed and snowed, so I didn't get to do any work to the car until just a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons, what to look out for, all that good stuff, and my overall impression. So let's get into it. I love BMWs. It's a love-hate relationship. It's simple as that. They're great cars until you have to start working on them. The more expensive the BMW, the more expensive the repairs. So I like to stay with the base type of cars, but I do like the M cars, the M Sport cars. It's just what I enjoy. I love the way they handle, and that's pretty much the reason why I like the BMWs. So what to look out for buying these type of cars. This is the E85 chassis, which has the M54 3.0 engine, which is bulletproof, but it does have some flaws. These will go 300,000–400,000 miles without an issue, but you have to put some work into them. So that includes radiators. They all go around the 80 to the 100,000 miles because the inlets or the outlets, whatever you want to call it, where the hoses meet the radiator, those crack because they're made of plastic. Water pumps, they go too. And usually it's at the same time as the radiator. Expansion tanks, they're made of plastic. You might as well just do it all at the same time instead of keep going back and forth to the repair shop. That is a pain in the ass, okay? Vacuum leaks. Vacuum leaks. Older the car, older the rubber gets, right? So you're gonna have a vacuum leak, which is a check engine light. It's gonna run a little funny, you know, it may stall on you. Oil leaks. If you own a BMW, you know that these cars leak oil. Valve cover gasket, oil filter housing gasket, the VANOS line gasket, oil pan gasket, rear main seal gasket. Not all at once, obviously, but if you take care of these cars and do the work when it's needed, you won't have any problems. Window regulator. This is one of the issues that I had with this car. Now, I had it in the garage, and the first person that took it for a ride a few weeks ago came back with the top down while it was, you know, like 40 degrees out, and he looked at me and said, "Does the passenger window go all the way up and down?" So I looked down and I go, it did. The regulator went. So we'll be taking that to the shop in a couple of seconds. The top, the convertible top can be a expensive fix because water gets into the channels, the drainage channels. So if you're in the area that underneath the tree, you know, the branches, the debris of leaves, just in general, it's going to clog up the drainage system, and the pump gets filled up with water and it burns it out. That's a tough fix because you have to take the top off just to get to the motor and replace it. So I haven't had many problems with the VANOS systems on these motors, but that can be an issue. Higher miles, like I said, I've owned several BMWs, and I've never had an issue with the VANOS. But when they do go, you know, they're not that expensive, but what happens is you're gonna hear marbles. They sound like marbles in a can, marbles. and the seals go on in them, and you lose power, and it's gonna run rough, especially at startup. And you're gonna hear that noise. There's no mistake of what that noise is. Like I said, it sounds like marbles. But you replace the unit, you put a new one on, the engine feels like it's brand new again. So that's one of the things you have to look out for too. So what is the sport package versus a non-sport package? Well, you can see the difference between the tires and wheels. The 18-inch wheels versus the 17s. You have a lowered suspension, and you also have the sport button that gives you a quicker throttle response. Before we get started with the pros and cons, let's take it to Dave at European Auto Solutions in Hudson, New Hampshire. He's got to do a valve cover gasket, and then he's got to do the window regulator. And Dave, thanks again. You're always hooking me up. Thank you very much. Pros: light, convertible, sport package, fast, 225 horsepower with that 6-speed. I don't know what the rear end ratio is. I'll put it up here if I can find it. But that thing boogies. So I have windy roads where I live. And that thing was getting up to the triple digits very quickly. And I'm telling you, very quickly. Car is a fun vehicle to have. Stereo system, cranks because it's so small. AC, ice cold because it's so small. Convertible top, 2 seconds to drop it down because it's so small. Gas, I guess it's not bad. Cons, things that I don't like about this car: the interior. I think it's ugly. I don't think it's nice as the newer Z4s with sport seats and the dash layout. It's that new style when it came out. I'm just not a big fan of it. Do I like it? I do like it. I just don't love it. Overall, the car I love, okay? What else? Maintenance. If you bought a shitty car and you have to put a lot of work into it, you're gonna hate BMWs. But if you got a car like mine that's been all taken care of, every once in a while you're gonna have to do something. But it's gradual. It's not gonna all happen at once. So eventually you might have to do some brakes, maybe some shocks. But You know, the regular wear and tear items on regular cars, you have to do to this. But overall, the bulletproof motor, you're gonna have fun. So being such a small car, it's not practical. So that's definitely a con. You know, if you're using this as an everyday driver, you're not doing it here in New England, that's for sure. You're gonna have a few months and enjoy it and put it away. Most people that buy these cars have 2 or 3 other cars. Usually, this is just a toy. But if you're using this as an everyday car, well, I wish you the best, because it is fun, no doubt. You know, I would have been driving it in the winter if there was no salt or snow on the ground. I would have, to be honest with you. All right, so this is the time where I do my detail. So what time is it? It's detail time. And I want to thank Douglas. He is the new owner of this vehicle. He actually reached out to me before I got the repairs done. And he just waited for me to get it done. And he drove 2 hours to come to me to check out this car. He bought it for his wife for a present. So Doug, thank you very much. I hope your wife loves it. I know anybody that owns this car enjoys this car. But you do have to maintain those issues that we talked about. But if you do, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. But it is a love-hate relationship, that's for sure. All right, guys, until the next video. Oh, wait a minute. Next car video, Audi A4 2014. I finally got to talk to the previous owner, Kevin, last week. So that video is going to be coming up in another 7 to 10 days. All right, guys, until the next video, Baldadonis out.